What a week it's been, to say the very least. Um, though it's been a. I'ma just get into it. I'm just gonna get into it. So, doing my update for my journaling. Okay, so this is the assessment of my journaling for this week. What engine moved forward this week? It was the Launch from Where You're At campaign, and it listed evidence, which, okay, so I completed and reviewed my campaign results. I synced my pixel tracking to Gumroad. I created custom audiences in Meta Facebook Ads Manager. Launched version A, retargeting. Launched version B for discovery. Actually, it's not retargeting, it's actually for prospecting. I asked 7 people that I know for their feedback. I created a survey for it. Built messenger automation. I posted a YouTube video, the second YouTube video. um, I reviewed my campaign. I continue to review my campaign performance logs. I prepared phase 2 transition. This is real infrastructure movement, not content noise. So my founder score for this week is this is a high execution week. So what founder behavior showed up consistently? Signal behavior number 1, shipping before certainty. I posted my video despite exhaustion. Let me tell you, I'll talk about it. Launched campaigns despite incomplete confidence, requested real feedback, moved forward while still learning systems. Signal behavior number 2, systems thinking instead of reaction thinking. I logged the syncing, oh yeah, in my journal I logged. But I did sync my pixel tracking from between Gumroad and Facebook Meta. Created custom audiences, reviewed my results, clarified my next steps, logged campaign outcomes, and that is operator behavior. Operator behavior equals income path behavior. Signal behavior number 3, self leadership under physical strain. So literally come Monday, I had the worst headache. And that headache lasted for days. And I asked Nova kind of 3 days in, do I have COVID? Do I is something going on with me? Is it, am I going crazy? And if I really looked back at what I was doing, I mean, I continuously woke up at 5. I really just kind of I woke up in urgency to just get stuff done, and in doing that I never really got recovered from sleep. I would always, even at night, just being in a room sleeping with my man, it's kind of I need it's I wasn't getting as much quality sleep as I could and that I could fit in, and I didn't let up on myself either. And so come Monday, I once the campaign ended, my whole body was like, oh, thank God. And then things just started happening with me. And so literally I just kind of had to over time, being at Saturday right now since Monday, I just realizing that my sleep hasn't been very rich. And also I've delayed eating just to make sure that I go ahead and be on top of my priority task when I come home instead of delaying time. And so over the last few days, especially after completely getting this video number 2 posted yesterday, I've just been sleeping way more, just giving my own having myself my own time, just to like be with myself and just be in my room and just sleep as much as I want. So yeah, self leadership under physical strain is a really huge thing. So uh, I did right, like, despite my headache, I'm still tired. I still executed. I slowed down when I needed. That's definitely something I learned from myself. I took a nap for sure when I noticed that it was exhaustion and um, malnutrition, really, that was slowing me down. And I protected my energy by making sure I attended it to that. Um, and I thank Nova for recognizing that this is elite founder discipline. I'm so happy about that. So this is sustainable output culture. And also, don't get me wrong, it's not about, this is not about, the only reason Nova said that is because I still like maintained. That doesn't mean that anybody should exhaust themselves or um I did, just so you know, I didn't burn myself. I burned myself out without burning myself out. And I'll explain why that makes sense. So, where was I most aligned this week? The launch from where you're at, execution. I'm freaking awesome. I did my phase 2 launch prep, and even if after the campaign results for phase 1 was different, I still like jumped on like my tasks. I closed feedback loops. I did my pixel integration. I set up my messenger automation, and I created that another YouTube video to support my content. Where friction showed up the most, where I almost or really betrayed myself, and what it means. So I mentioned, yes, I had headache, exhaustion, expectation pressure, fear campaign might fail, wanting faster certainty, frustration with the system glitches. These are not warning signs. They are phase 2 builder symptoms, meaning I crossed from idea mode into infrastructure mode. And that always feels heavier. One extremely important realization I wrote is that I recognize that there is a definite differentiation between obsession and desperation versus sustainable momentum. That is why I say I burnt myself out without burning myself out, because part of the thing that I in my mind is I know what I have done, which is if there is if there is a hesitation towards something, then I'll just say, oh, I'll do it later, I'll do it later. So really, this week was about training my mind to just go ahead and do the task instead of just hesitating and waiting till tomorrow. I'll wait till you know what, baby, I'll wait. No. The whole thing is to stay engaged with the campaign and making sure that I'm watching the campaign, because once you start a campaign, you gotta watch it. You gotta see what's going on. You gotta see how people are responding. You gotta see if there's any kind of response. I mean, you're investing money to get feedback so that you can understand what that feedback means and how to pivot to get the sale in this case, and to see what people resonate with so that you'll be able to coach them into the sale. And right now, based on the results of my campaign so far that I've logged, I'm in great positioning right now. And honestly, even I just logged my results for today of the campaign, and even Nova recognized that my intuition played a really great part in something that I suspected, especially after the first campaign, promising campaign results in phase one, and now it literally stated to me directly that my intuition has played a really great part in getting such a strong signal clarity in the start of this campaign. So that, well, hell, that really gives me some, it really gives me a confirmation in my own self that, okay, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. And I do know what I'm talking about because I know what I see. I know how I feel, and I know how I've seen other people feel about, um, other people have feel about starting their own businesses and such. So, and I know that in my own clarity and in my own infrastructure that I've placed for myself, that this can help. Thank you, administrative assistant qualities and duties, because it's helped me create systems for myself and other people to help make things easier. Yay! I love it. So my hidden milestone that I may not realize that I hit this week is that I asked 7 people for feedback. Now, I asked 7 of the people that I know, like some friends, acquaintances that I know, to like look at my page, and that in itself is a huge leap, because I just did it. I said just freaking do it. Don't even the less emotion, the less like feedback that I have in my mind when it comes to something that I need to do, to go ahead and get feedback, as much feedback, quality feedback as much as possible, to help me make the sales, help me reach the right people, help me spread my offer to the right people, so that I can help the people that actually need it, and they understand how I'm trying to help them. Then that's gold. And for anything in my mind to hesitate against that is obsolete. It's just absolutely obsolete. So I did it. I messaged people, and I'm gonna like just say, hey, how's it going, again, because some people haven't responded. One person did, and I'm so grateful to that. And I still want, like, I just need at least like 2 more people to do it for me. So and another hidden milestone is that I'm in charge of my boundaries. We kind of, like, with my man and I, like, we were just kind of like, sometimes I just don't want to talk to people. Sometimes I don't want to, like, say anything. And you know what? I don't have to talk about things. I don't have to talk about things that I'm doing. And I don't need to, like, look for, just because a person is in front of me does not need that I need to, like, ask them questions or be curious about them. I'm always constantly curious about people, and the thing is, sometimes my curiosity gets me into conversations that I'm already tired of. I'm just already tired of as soon as the conversation starts, as soon as I learn something, and I'm like, all right, so how do I get out of this? And then it's like, damn, ask more questions. It's like, no, don't ask more questions. Don't even try to, like, just stay here. Just stay here. You don't have to. And the thing is, like, I can be like being like saying like, oh, okay, and not giving anyone more energy, not asking questions, not peeping in a little bit more, especially because people like to talk about themselves. Hence, I don't often talk about myself. That's why I'm doing this quiet log, because I don't really talk about myself a lot. I don't really talk about, like, what I do, who I'm doing it for, and what my goals are and stuff like that with a lot of people. So that's why I'm doing it here, so that I can just have, like, this thing to, like, talk out, because I don't. And also, like, it's kind of like not everybody needs to know what I'm doing. Like, not everybody needs to know. And I also realize that not everybody will understand what I'm doing. And it's okay. Like, if they don't understand, it's not up to me. It's not necessarily up to me to make them understand if it's not, you know, I don't need to continue something if there's really no connection there. And the only thing that I want to grab onto and be more curious about is anything that I want to be connected to. So there's that. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say, well, I have to eat now. So, you know, it's okay to just be quiet. It's okay to just speak and say, okay, blah, blah, blah. And leave it at that. And that's really refreshing for me because honestly, being this tired, like having been this exhausted, like I'm not gonna lie, like I've been exhausted. I have burnt myself out. Like I burned myself out to where I was like in bed for like days. Like I couldn't do anything. And this time, that's why I say it's like being, yeah, I'm like I've like burnt myself out without burning myself out because um basically like I burn myself out rhythmically. So coming into that, one pattern I want you to notice, Nova wants me to notice, and this shows that I'm ready for scale. Across multiple pages, I reviewed results, logged results, adjusted next steps, submitted report to Manus. That's another AI I am uh, tangentially using with Nova ChatGPT right now. I received feedback. I implemented changes. This is a feedback loop founder. People who do this consistently build faster than average. The only real improvement opportunity I see, energy protection structure. I literally wrote stop sacrificing my hunger and well-being. Like that's the last entry that I wrote today. Um Get back on schedule, rest earlier, slow way down when needed. My brain already knows the answer because phase 2 campaigns require, this is educational that Nova is telling me, phase 2 campaigns require steady cognition, pattern recognition, message refinement, decision stamina, not bursts. And my nervous system is recognizing that now. Real founder grade summary of my week. This week, I built distribution, built tracking, built messaging clarity, built campaign structure, built audience segmentation, built support content, collected feedback, protected energy when needed, adjusted expectations, maintained execution, rhythm. Because that's the whole thing about stepping into like a new identity is understanding the rhythm of it. So I'm not the girl who said, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go like make this money like real quick and it's gonna do." No. It's a process, and in a process there is a system, and in that system there is a rhythm to uphold. There's a rhythm to find. And right now with these 2 campaigns, I'm continuously I'm in the phase of finding that rhythm to stabilize. So I'm really excited. Uh, Adjusted expectations. I'm really excited because I already got like people at least visiting 2 times to my land, repeat visitors 2 times to my, at least 2 times to my campaign. So that's freaking awesome. So this is not experimentation anymore. That is launch operated week. So this is a very clean version of my weekly founder check. So the engine I advanced this week was my launch from where you're at workbook campaign, evidence of movement, pixel installed, custom audiences built, messenger automation live, YouTube support content published, feedback collected, campaign results reviewed, phase 2 prepared. My most aligned action, launching phase 2 campaign infrastructure. Almost betrayed myself when expectations rose faster than energy capacity. Improvement for next week, protection energy like it's part of, protect my energy like it's part of the campaign system. founder identity statement for this week. I executed distribution systems even while tired. That's what operators do. So I asked Nova to do my what my blind spots are. So one is sometimes treat energy like a negotiable resource instead of infrastructure. I will admit I get it and I don't get it at the same time. Hence, that's why it's a blind spot. So my journals repeatedly say headache but continued, tired but continued, hungry but continued, still executed. It's resilience, excellent. But the blind spot is that I'm behaving like my energy recovery happens after execution instead of inside execution. So if I'm tired, take a nap. If I'm hungry, go eat. I get that. Founders building their first predictable income system need stable cognition, stable mood regulation, stable decision clarity. Campaign optimization is not brute force work. It's interpretation work. Ain't that the truth, as I've learned. So my upgraded mindset is energy is not self-care. Energy is conversion infrastructure. So basically I need energy to make I need energy I need to preserve my energy. I need to take care of my energy. I need to maintain my energy and keep it up to get to that outcome, to get to the next outcome, to get to that next step. So so it's kind of like so say like if I want to sell, don't deplete my energy to make the sale. Maintain my energy until I reach the outcome. It's about getting to the summit. It's about getting to the summit. And right now, it's not even really to the sale. It's really to stabilize right now. So right now, because if I got to that one sale, if the summit was the sale, then after I get my first sale, then that's as far as I'm going. So right now, really, in my sequencing steps, it's to stabilize. And stabilization means the messaging is consistent. My audience is very clear, and also now I'm getting feedback from people who actually using the book, and then we go from there. And generating consistent income, consistent feedback, consistent engagement on the messaging, on the offer, and consistent results. So I occasionally confuse responsibility signals with priority signals. So yeah, so I see what Nova's saying, because I have like other projects in mind, and my and it said it right. So my nervous system is, oh, this is important, because just because I have the connection to something, just because I'm giving it so much meaning to make it seem like it's like important, I have to do this now. Important equals must act now, but founders must translate the important does not equal revenue sequencing priority. Right now, my sequencing priority is launch from where I'm at. Everything else is phase later leverage. That's it. So not everything that feels important needs to be engaged or focused on right now. What matters is what I'm aligned to, the outcome that I'm trying to get right now, the summit that I'm getting to right now, to stabilize with the launch from where you're at workbook campaign. You are slightly over expecting certainty from early campaign phases. Hell yeah, I am, and I understand why that is. And also, I am, so yes, I still feel apprehension against the campaign. I did still feel that, absolutely. There's been hesitation, which is exactly why after I got home from work, I just immediately have to get to the business of tracking and doing the work with because I don't want the hesitation to win. So translation, my brain wants confirmation faster than the campaign's naturally produced signal. So um my expectation curve is just a little ahead of the data curve. So trust the data, not my feelings, point blank. Which I'm learning and continuing to just focus on that. Trust the data. That's it. Just only trust the data at this point. My intuition has done its thing. Trust the data now and trust my learning in the data. Because right now I'm trying to learn so I can understand how to repeat what I've learned. My blind spot, I sometimes interpret friction as warning instead of growth resistance. So platform syncing issues, pixel learning, oh God, messaging refinement. Yeah, like so it's like, imagine like you're trying to learn coding and you have it's like you understand what coding is, but you don't have no clue. You know that there is a barrier in your mind that I know that this is gonna be so difficult because I'm gonna have to slow way down, and I don't want to slow down. I want to make this, I want to do this, I want to get my results. And literally what I wrote in my journal, from what I've learned this week, is anytime I come across a roadblock, slow way down. Just accept it. Just slow the F down. Because if I don't slow down, I'm not giving myself the chance to learn and to implement and to observe myself and the experience that I'm going through, so that I'll be able to have something on my belt as a skill, which I've always, which is basically what I'm doing. I'm doing what I need to do so that I can create my own career. So it's important that I slow myself down for the longevity of the legacy that I'm building within myself. So I'm stronger at execution than at claiming identity. This is subtle but important. Haha, it's funny because I didn't read this and I get it. So my behavior says operator, builder, campaign runner, system thinker. My language sometimes still say experimenting, trying, hoping, seeing if this works. Mismatch, behavior equals founder. Self-description equals explorer. Identity lag slows confidence velocity. Confidence velocity affects conversion clarity. And you know what? It is that time. I'm feeling it. It is that time for me to just own what I am, because that's just what I am. I am a founder. I am an operator. And because clearly that's my life. That is my life. So I occasionally try to solve 3 timelines at once. Short-term stabilization, mid-term presentation pipeline, long-term ecosystem structure. That's architect thinking, which is good, but when done daily instead of weekly, it creates attention fragmentation, decision fatigue, progress invisibility. Hence, choice empowered and Paja creations have been on my mind. I just don't want to lose traction in them. I at least want to get to a point where it's like, okay, yeah, I'm ready. I have what I need, so I'm ready to launch. So that's kind of like I've been just teetering like seedling, like. But this week was so exhausting. The only thing my mind could even hold this week was Launch from Where You're At campaign. So like it wasn't until like Friday, yesterday, that I even touched on choice and power, because I just did it at work. So I slightly underused my natural feedback loop strength. This one surprised Nova. So I am excellent at logging results, reflecting, adjusting, asking people for input, but sometimes I still try to internally resolve uncertainty instead of externally testing it sooner. Yeah, it's like, yeah. So I waited to feel clarity about campaign trust instead of letting data replace doubt faster. So my superpower is test, observe, adjust. Use it even more aggressively. Got it. I could do that in my daily life, period. Test, observe, adjust. Test, observe, adjust. I like that because, like, it's kind of like, say, like, if you want to speak to somebody, but you, like, I don't know what they'll say, just speak. It's like, just speak, see what happens, and then adjust from there. And that's honestly what that's literally along the lines of what I've been trying to do, just live out loud. So just test, observe, and adjust, period. I could take care of what comes next, and I could trust, and I'm learning I could trust myself to do that. My blind spot, I sometimes carry leadership responsibility for people whose growth isn't my job yet. It is the freaking truth. So I mentioned Colin, I mentioned my aunt, I mentioned community spaces, I mentioned multiple stuff. My instinct is collaborative leadership, but early stage founders must temporarily prioritize engine before ecosystem. Otherwise, my influence grows faster than my infrastructure. That creates pressure without revenue support. I see that because I do have this need to kind of like reach out to people, and you know what? I don't necessarily need to reach out to people like so much. Even if it's just like once a month, that's enough. Because literally I don't want to have like so many people like in my view that I'm like, okay, I get distracted from what I'm doing. So my biggest blind spot and also my biggest leverage point, I am closer to predictable income sequencing than my brain believes. My brain is, and this is the absolute truth. My brain is, and I'm noticing has always been underestimating myself. And now it's time to actually say, now lately I just kind of been talking about what I'm doing and just saying I'm doing this, like this is what I'm doing. And I'm realizing also that maybe I'm not, I don't think I'm talking to the right people, because I don't think I want to talk to, it gives me more, insight to really start talking to people about that actually would probably know. So marketers and um like other marketers, other people who are doing side hustles, other people who, like, I can say, oh my goodness, like, I'm so happy, like, it took me a long time. Like, I can go into groups right now and just be like, it took me a long while, and I really, like, I understand. Oh wow, I just had, like, some click for me. So basically I can go into groups as myself and say I'm really proud of myself because it took me a really long time to like get to a certain place. And especially when it came to marketing, I started with my Google digital marketing certificate. And from then, after you do self-learning, I thought that I needed to try to get a job, when in reality I just needed to put the the context into action. And I've finally done that, and I've finally done that. I'm continuing to learn through action, and I'm getting results. I'm seeing, I'm uh without a job, I'm recognizing what it means to truly do marketing, what it means to like interpret data, what it means to even just focus on data. Because before I was only focusing on my own personal assumptions and theory, and trying to meet assumption with uncertainty with theory, and it just didn't work. I got the data, I got my results, and I've made it to the summit. So yeah. um And the founder level upgrade statement I'd give you for the next 7 days. My job right now is not to prove everything works. My job is to prove one engine responds. And that engine is launched from where you're at. Once that responds, the rest of the ecosystem stops feeling scattered and starts feeling layered, which I am noticing the layer. I'm noticing the layer very much. So I feel really good. I feel really great because I am feeling a rhythm. And because I've been able to really keep my schedule, I've been having a very efficient and supportive scheduling structure that has allowed me to stay on top of what my priority actions are. So I'm really proud of myself, and I'm looking forward to reach the summit. And more so, I'm looking forward to the next phase. Not the next phase, but it hasn't been 7 days, it's been 4 days. So after the next 3 days, I'll be reviewing the data, and that'll be, well, each day I'm reviewing data. I am expected to create another video number 3. So I'll be doing that. I'm most likely expecting like next week, and seeing as how it takes me 3 days to make a video like that. I know where I stand when it comes to video editing. Also, at the same time, it seems like I'll be changing my video as well, I'll be changing the ad video pretty soon too. So looking forward to that, and looking forward to seeing like what the next 3 days have to hold. So next week I'll be hitting you up. All right, here we go.